pledging or not, or trying to run away from doing some type of work. But I have to stick it right here with your library. It didn't look this great. I thank Dr. Mitchell, Dr. Dell, Dr. Davis, Morehouse, Spelman, and Clark Atlanta University, illustrious now, Clark Atlanta University. You students, I praise you guys. I commend you on your research projects. I was a director of research affairs at Morehouse College because I got fired from that job. I've been fired from every job I've ever had. I'm unemployable. I'll tell you why. I'd like to thank my sister, Siobhan Fleming. She is the co-founder of the Tower Channel. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. First of all, I'd like you guys to do something for me. I'd like you to look at the person next to you, this is at a round table, and say, no matter what. No matter what. No matter what. No matter what. That means no matter what obstacle comes before you in this life, you can overcome it. No matter what. Your past does not define your future. And I'm a perfect example of that. My story starts off telling you about a scared little girl that first came to Spelman. And that's funny because when I first walked into this library, they thought she would come back. I was terrified. You guys made me feel warm and welcome, and I thank you for that. Because I gave you some handouts, and we'll go over them as I go along with it. My story started out coming to Spelman when I was 15 years old. And it's the same year my sister was born. We're 15 years apart. I woke up this morning and I didn't know where to begin. I didn't know how to actually tell you my story and water it down a little bit. But I read this motivation and I'm going to share it with you. And I'm going to tell you how God shows up every day. Predestination. For those God foreknew, he also predestined to be conformed to the likeness of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brothers. And those he predestined, he also called. Those he called, he also justified. Those justified, he also glorified. Maybe you wonder as I do, if you will be able to recover after falling. So often our old sinful life gains the upper hand, and we have to admit that we are nowhere near perfect. Paul says that there's no doubt about our future. We are predestined to be conformed to the likeness of Jesus. Our renewal is secured in his grace. Predestination is just another word for his grace. Predestination is what we're attuned to. Nothing could influence Jesus' decision to save us. Our salvation and renewal are therefore as secure as the faithfulness of God. Paul goes on to write these beautiful words. What then shall we say in response to this? If God is for us, who can be against us? He who did not spare his own son, but gave him up for us all, how will he not also, along with him, graciously give us all things? If I didn't think that was appropriate for what I had to say to you today, I don't know what was. Because I have fallen so far from grace. See, I came here when I was 15. I was a scholar, Martin Luther King scholarship recipient, summer science recipient. When I got to Spelman, I was scared. I was ashamed. There were a lot of things that I didn't want people to know about me. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm not regretful of my life. I had a character-building life. Dr. Mitchell loves when I say that. I have had a character-building life. And I'm going to walk you through it a little bit. I got here scared and ashamed because I had been touched so much. I had been molested, abused, and raped so much that I thought I was in culture shock. I came from being salutatorian, the most popular, the best dressed, to 3,500 beautiful black women that were just as smart, if not smarter. And I was looking around like, what am I doing here? How am I going to compete with these women? These girls don't know what I've been through. They don't know that my grandfather molested me when I was 5. They don't know that my grandmother didn't believe me. But what happens to a damaged young girl? She begins to act out. So even though I was destined to win, 15, I was supposed to be a doctor by 19. I was supposed to be doing some kind of surgery by 25. But I was spiraling downhill. I couldn't contain, nobody prepared me for Spelman College. They told me how smart I was and how I could win, but nobody had, we didn't do therapy or psychiatrists in my age group. You better not walk out that door and tell nobody what happened in your house. First of all, they didn't believe me. My mother was my angel because she always believed me. When I was 9 years old, I was molested again by my mother's boyfriend. And at this time, you begin to understand what your purpose is. This is what the destroyer tells you. Because every time somebody touched me, something happened. Do you know what happened? A traumatic experience changed the way my brain operated. My innocence was stolen. Something happened each time. That childhood trauma handout that I gave you talks about how childhood trauma affects the victim and the society. And boy, am I going to tell you how I wreaked havoc on society. But it was because nobody prepared me. Nobody counseled me. Nobody told me that it wasn't my fault. Kim, you're a child. See, our families are supposed to be our nurturers, our caretakers, the people that protect us, not the ones that molest and touch us. Not the ones that steal our innocence. Your home is where you're supposed to be able to go for solace, not the horror and hell you run from. Quick story. They skipped me twice. My mom and grandmother taught me how to read. I was 3, I was reading. They skipped me, they put me in the 1st grade. Then I got to the 1st grade and they said, she's advanced, so they sent me to this school that had no windows called Edward Kilpatrick. And my grandmother had this bowling tournament in her